let's go check out that data log on map 4. So first things first, you got to go over to your log setting, right? So I'm going to go ahead and tap on the log. Let's check out the graph. And as you can see here at the very bottom left, I'm tapping out down here, right? It has a boost, but that's not the very beginning of a run. The very beginning of the run is actually here. So that shows our first gear, but as if you notice, it doesn't say what gear I'm on, what speed I'm on, and so forth. It does show the RPMs, which is that line green line, but let's go and show you a tip on how to add more readable data on your graph. So I'll scroll down here to the left, and you will see that I'm looking for the speed, right? Next, I'm going to be looking for, not the speed, but I'm going to be looking for my second boost. So I got boost 1, boost 2. I'm adding my speed, and I'm going to add my gear so I know what gear I'm on. Let's go back to the graph. All right. As you can see, there are two almost identical blue lines next to each other, overlapping each other on most of them. And you have like a slight difference. So like here you see a boost gauge on the left, which is boost 1 at 9.20 boost, and boost 2 at 8.6 pounds of boost, right? I'm still on first gear. So why don't we start from the beginning? This purple line all the way at the bottom, I was cruising in and I was doing a data log, but here's where I actually started the run, right there. So I'm like at speed 0, I'm on first gear, and I pedaled it. So then you could see I hit the pedal, it says 99, and then I jumped up in my boost. It shows 9.8 on my first boost, and boost 2, 980. Moved over here. Let's move back a little bit. I'm on second here. Look at my RPMs right there. So they're peaked. RPMs are up. I'm in second gear. I'm at full throttle. And you'll notice that I'm still holding that second gear. And then right about here, so I switch over to my third gear. And if you notice, here it says third gear. And what speed am I going? At the very top, it says 47. So right about 47 miles per hour, I hit third gear. Now I'm launching, going pretty fast, and I'm right about 60 miles per hour, right about there. I'm also about 15.40 pounds of boost, right? And that's equal, both on my left turbo and my right turbo, or driver and passenger. So I think this is really informative. It'll give you information such as, is there something wrong with my turbos? Are they aligned, working in unison? Is the vehicle running properly at every gear? You would feel it. Then now you can actually see the data log. If something felt odd, you can go back to the data log and try to pinpoint what's going on and dig deeper. You may never encounter issues like that, but it's good to know that you have this information that gives you peace of mind, and also how to tinker around, excuse me, and how to get better boost. Not more boost, but better boost, because more boost doesn't equal more power, right? Or at least more grip to the ground that gives you more speed and actually more power. So a lot of it has to do with your fuel. A lot of it has to do with your tires. There's a lot of different things that add to from 0 to 60 or 0 to a quarter mile, or just 0 to anything to make sure you get that absolute best power. One of the things I like about this is knowing the right temperature, that my water temp is good, my oil temp is good, my trans oil is good, that my coolant to my boost is at the right temperature, and therefore I can go into a safe run. Every time I go into a run, or from a 0 to whatever mileage per hour, I'm calling it a run. And I want to make sure I do that when I'm in that safe zone, that I'm not running it too cold, or I'm not running it too hot where I might damage something. So all of these different things you can add so you can check them out on your graph. The other neat thing is you can deselect them, right? You can select and deselect as many as you can. So here you'll see I'm deselecting or selecting the boost, checking to see if there's anything else I want to add. I'm not really going to get into some of these other options here for now, but I believe that for me, what I'm doing now, this is pretty good. Like I was saying here, see there's a temperature gauge on your intake temperature of your intake, right? So then you have your temperature oil, then you have your temperature for your trans, your temperature for your water, your throttle, your trims, trims 1, trims 2. And we have a wastegate info there. Not doing any of that. I'm not going to tinker around with that, but it's nice to know that I can go back at any run and do that. And as a matter of fact, I love this because you can go back to that same run, excuse me, and then you can rename it. So you can rename it to, give you an example. I'm going to call this map 4, right? Let's go back here and delete all this. Map 4, right? So I'm just going to simply call it map 4 run. And I'm going to add, that's it, it's done. So now when I go back to that map, now I know it's that run. I can put a date on it. I can put the location. There's many things that help you to recall the information that you want to go back to right away, instead of saying, okay, was it this one? The information is so similar at the very beginning, and then it has a CSV code on there. So I want to be able to find this easily. So those are my quick, short how-tos on how to dive a little deeper on your data logging, right? So I'm going to go back to this. I know it's map 4 on that run, okay? And then I know that I can go back to any part of that run a lot quicker, a lot easier, and I'm able to study it and break it down so I can produce a better run the next time. Thanks, you guys.